Today's film got a limited release in American cinemas a little while ago, and the feedback was intense. Opinions seemed to be mixed about this film, but there was one thing a lot of people could agree on. It is one of the goriest films that people have ever seen, which is a huge claim. And I'm here to put that to the test today, because today I finally got to check out Stopmotion, the film that everyone's been calling disgusting in all the right ways, obviously. The 2023 UK independent film from Blue Light and BFI hit VOD on the 15th in some countries, and lucky for me, I had today's sponsor Surfshark help me. They don't know it. I know it. Surfshark is an affordable VPN, which stands for Virtual Private Network. They keep you safe while you're browsing online, and they can unlock geo-blocked content. As you can see by this, I was able to use Surfshark on Vudu, which is a rental platform. And because of this, I was finally able to unlock it and watch it at home. One of the cool things about Surfshark is it can be used on unlimited devices. So if you have an account, you can use it on your laptop, on your phone, on your smart TV, wherever you use the internet, all for one price. I've been using Surfshark for years, and today it just shows the perfect example of why and how it helps me unlock content and bring you guys reviews on time. And I have a great deal for you. If you use the code SPOOKY with the link down below, you'll receive 3 months extra for free. That's 3 months extra for free. Use the link below, and they have a 30-day risk-free money-back guarantee. So what are you waiting for? Try out Surfshark today and unlock content now. And once I was able to get Stopmotion, I was able to find out if the hype was real. Is this truly the goriest film ever? Is it as freaky as everyone suggests? Well, the movie, directed by Robert Morgan, focuses on Ella, who is played by Aisling Fanchosi. You may know her from her jaw-dropping performance as Claire in The Nightingale. She also appeared in Game of Thrones and The Last Voyage of the Demeter. Ella has a strange, very strange relationship with her overbearing mother, who is a stop-motion animator. Although her mother is suffering from health issues and she needs Ella to be her hands, causing her to feel like a puppet within her own life. But something soon happens to Ella's mother, and she has to figure out if she can make it on her own. With that set up, the film has endless possibilities of where it could go, and although I thought it would take the truly bizarre, surrealist route, and it does in some ways, I was quite surprised. The film uses a mix of stop motion and live action to create a sour dance full of dread and discomfort, but it has a unique atmosphere that relies purely on its creativity with heavy, very heavy metaphors. If you don't like metaphorical film, I mean, horror is definitely not for you, but this film, that's all it is. It's basically metaphors on top of metaphors. This creates a wacky ride, which, again, given the subject matter and aesthetics, it was definitely gonna go that way. But I'm really surprised by how straightforward the actual storyline is. It doesn't stray that far at all. This is one of the most basic plots for one of the most unique looking films I've seen, which I believe is a positive for most people because of the jolting mixed media. It doesn't try and confuse the viewer and make them unaware of what's going on, which in the end makes it actually believable, which makes that gore that we were talking about before so much more realistic. And I will say, it is disgusting. This film is downright gross, but it's short spurts and it is extremely detailed. It did have me looking away from the screen several times, I am not gonna lie. Although it is just precise scenes, it really gets under your skin, and I think it does a really good job of that. Is it the most disturbing, gory thing that I've seen in a while? Not really, but I watch a lot of gross stuff, but I do think it's a high contender. And I was really glad that it did have this element of realism, because with this subject matter, it could completely go off the rails, and that's what I thought was going to happen with a lot of the gore, but it really meets in the middle for this perfect dance where you're watching something and you know that some element of this is very painful. Very painful. But perhaps the most interesting part of this film is how it stumbles towards the climax. There's a 3-day structure within this film, and with the tension building, we know there's bound to be a dramatic downfall. But I really feel like the film revealed a lot of its cards very early, leaving us some Hansel and Gretel crumbs of disturbing elements with a climax that just fits the heightened tension we had felt during the entire film. There's no real release of pressure. The film feels like it is held within a pressure cooker. There's pressure at the start and there's pressure at the end. It is a continuous feeling of dread and unease. Instead of that typical plot structure roller coaster that films that want to shock the viewer, those intense, disturbing that scenes, this film, it just feels bad the whole time. It gives you that uneasy feeling throughout the entire runtime. It doesn't build to it and it doesn't let up. I really enjoyed turning on the film and it's starting with dread and ending with the same feeling, but I know because of that, some people might not find the climax to be satisfying. It starts all the way up here and then ends, I mean, a little higher for sure. There's some stakes at play, but it starts with this awful relationship between her and her mother and ends in a completely different way, but it just still has that icky feeling. I don't feel good about anything that happened in this film, but it's horror. I'm not meant to. I did hear some comments about people feeling like it really went nowhere, but I think that the intent for the film is really clear, and that's why the plot is so straightforward. It's meant to be a metaphor about her life, and how she feels controlled. But the atmosphere alone is worth checking this film out. I can tell you that. It's a dark story. It's haunted with a thick layer of grit, but its dialogue remains soft. There's not much of it either. It's just a soft movie, which is really interesting. It's nothing like I expected when I saw all of the teaser trailers and stills popping up. I thought it was going to be really in your face, kind of like Mad God, but it's not. Although the stop motion may look quite similar, it's a very softly spoken down spiral. And I felt like instead of dialogue, they used the different color stories to really show how the lead was feeling. We have this sick kind of yellow green when there's very uneasy scenes, and then we move into a calm blue when she feels reassured with her partner, and then when she's with other people we hint on jewel tones. So there's just a lot of details, and because it's such a hands-on project with all of the stop motion, you can really see that and feel it. Is this film the most gory film that I've seen in a long time? No. Absolutely not. I would say that goes to Evil Lurks maybe, but it does have some gory elements, and just the way it's put together alone, it's not worth missing. It's definitely worth checking out on VOD. It has beautiful scenery trapped in an original format, and although it's very straightforward, I'm kind of impressed. It didn't try and out surrealist us. It doesn't try and scramble your brain. And it also doesn't try and pack out the film. It's a solid 90-minute runtime, and there's a lot to be discovered. Somehow it's the most predictable experimental film that I've ever seen. I really enjoyed it, and for me, it had the same kind of intent or feeling as May. If you liked May, May is a little bit more tongue-in-cheek, obviously, with a lot of, Anna Faris is what I'm talking about, a lot of strangeness going on there, but it felt like it had the same essence with a woman really lost with her own identity. I'm gonna give this one a personal score of 7. I think I did enjoy this a little bit more than others, but I really do think it's worth it if you are into creepy visuals, especially if you liked Mad God and you like looking at just creepy characters. For scare, I'm gonna give it a 6 for gore. I think it's fair. I know it's a scare score and I say it's a gore score. It's a scare gore. And for originality, I'm gonna have to give it an 8. Check out Stop Motion. It is streaming now on VOD platforms. I hope you all have a fantastic day. If you'd like to check out some videos I've done lately, we've talked about horror icks, things that make me go in horror movies. And I'm gonna be doing a video soon about things I absolutely love. Things that it's embarrassing how much I like these elements when I see them in a horror movie. So make sure you subscribe for that. Stay safe and stay spooky. Bye, friends.